Good morning everyone, it's Sunday the 16th of July. Welcome to another one of Alan's angling adventures. Back up the River Adur again for the second session of the new season. I've been governed today by the wind because it's quite blustery. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but it's still very windy. I'm at Betley Bridge. I'm on the east side of the bank today. I spent a little bit of time trying to find, you know, the best place to fish really, out the wind, and this is the best spot I could find, and it's not too bad actually. It's quite good, and I think after the rain that we've had over the last couple of days, the river's in pretty good shape. Water looks a good colour. I think we, got a good chance of catching a few fish today. I don't know how many or what, but we'll certainly give it a go anyway. Because they give showers today, passing showers, so light showers. There might be the odd heavy one you might get away without any at all. We had one about 5 or 10 minutes ago, but it was nothing much. So we've got this quite strong west to southwesterly wind, and it's quite cold as well. But I like these conditions. It's just a little bit too windy, but in this spot here, this is the best spot I could find. So I'm going to have some issues on this camera, I'm afraid. But there's nothing I can do about it. Just have to get by as best we can. I'm here till about half two. This is my last session while I'm still working. This is as well. When you see me again on the river, I will be finished work completely. So I really look forward to that. And as I say, that means I can fish during the day, any day in the week. More or less anyway, if I'm not doing anything else. So I've got so many jobs to do at home, it's unbelievable. But anyway, let's get fishing. I'm all set up. I'll just run you through what I'm doing today. It's on the Waggler, but as you know, sometimes you change as the session goes on. I've got my feeder rod with me in case, but I'm planning to be fishing on the Waggler for all the session if I can. I've got ground bait, and ground bait I've got gross guard on, and I've got a little bit of lip mussel. I've got some of that which I've added to it because it's just a part bag that I wanted to use up. I've had it knocking around for ages, so I've got that with some hemp mixed in with it, with some hemp and maggots. And I've put a few balls of that out, not a lot, just a few balls, and as you can see, it's not too bad. It's a bit swirly out there, and there's a little bit of weed in places under the surface, and some lily pads under the surface, but it's not a bad rundown. It's probably about 4 foot in depth, 4 to 5 foot in depth in the middle. It is semi-tidal up here. It's not too bad, so we might just have to move back a little bit as the session goes on, because I think tide wise, I think it should reach its peak up there somewhere around 2 o'clock, something like that, but it might not be too bad anyway. So right, without further ado, let's get fishing, and I'll see you in a minute when I'm all ready. Well, actually, before I do start fishing, I'll run you through the baits I'm using. Right, red and white maggots. I've got a tin of Sweetcorn, might not use that, and I've also got with me, which I will be using, I'll snip them open in a minute, some casters. Let's do that now. Got some casters as well. I suppose species wise you're looking at, again, roach, rudd, if we're really lucky, a tench or a bream, but it does look tenchy up here, I must admit. And let's just see how we get on anyway. So I'm all ready to start fishing. I'm using the Omni 10-foot match rod, which is the one I always use. 6 pound mainline, 0.19 hook length today, which is loop to loop, and a size 18 hook, Kamasan, and Where are we? Where are we? The same float as I used last time. Drennan Peacock, a straight Peacock Waggler. And that's what we've got, with a couple of BB shots and a number 4. And a couple of number 8s, and then one number 8. 2 number 8s there, and another number 8 6 inches away from that, just about 6 inches, 5 to 6 inches from the hook itself. I might adjust that as we go through the session. Right, I'm all ready to start, and let's see how we get on. I've got the keep net with me today, so whether that's being a bit too hopeful or not, I don't know, but it's there anyway. I wonder if I can move the camera a bit nearer. It might be alright there, we'll see anyway. I've got my keep net. Make sure I've got everything to hand, and we start off with a single red, I think. It's nice when that sun comes out, but as I say, you can see the showers coming over, but they're nothing too threatening. But we will get 1 or 2. There might be 1 or 2 stoppages during the day where I've got to switch the camera off or put it away, cover it up. Right, let's see how we get on. Oh, fish jumping down there. Just a handful of maggots out there, and a bit of hemp, slightly upstream. It's quite pacey, a little bit pacey, a nice flow to it. Let's see how we get on today, shall we? So I'll be delighted just to catch some fish. So a single red maggot, first cast of the session. Just takes a bit of time to find out the best line to fish here. So it's not, this isn't the spot I would have chose. I would have gone further up. There's some good spots up there, but the wind was so strong up there. Yay. We're in, first one of the session. I wasn't sure whether it was hooked up on weed or not. And it's a nice rod. Just taking it down a bit though. Oh, that's great, that's good. There we are, fella. Now keep still. Keep still. There we go. Look at its bright red fins, look. Look at that, look. First one of the session, a rud. Great. Right, that's good. So we got them feeding out there straight away. That's on a single red maggot. The only problem is it is getting hooked up in places as it goes down the river, but we'll tolerate that for a bit. So I think that drop of rain we've had, that's just what the river's needed. Another shower coming over by the looks of it. Fish number 2. This morning, I just hope these showers can stay off. Another rud. And as usual, once the session's finished, we'll see what we've got. There we are, look. Great stuff. Oh, I'm enjoying this. I've got to keep putting just a pinch of few maggots and a bit of hemp every so often. Yeah, I do notice, as an angler, I do notice these the changes in this weather that we get now. It's no doubt about it, global warming. I'll give you an instance why it's so clear for me, and that is, I'm not the sort of angler, to be perfectly honest with you, that used to go out in the winter months when it you know, in bitterly cold weather. I just wouldn't, I couldn't. I've done it once or twice and I don't enjoy it. But over the last 10 years, 7 or 8 years, I fish all year round now, no problem at all, absolutely no problem. But say about 20-30 years ago, I would never have gone out in December, January fishing. I just couldn't stand it, you know, in the cold, bitterly cold fingers and that frozen. But now, and as I speak, there's a shower, but now it's you're able to fish all year round. Switch off for a bit. That shower we have, it's left off now, but it's going to be like that, I think, for a while. It's on double red maggot this time. Go another rod. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Really enjoying it. So I've got casting with me and I've got corn. Just shorten the trace up a little bit so it rides over the river. It still will get caught. The next session I have could be a carp session. I'm not sure yet. I know there's those of you that might watch my videos that aren't keen on the carp, so when others prefer it. So, but I like to do a bit, you know, if I can, a mixture. I want to try and do target different fish more now. I want to target tench and stuff like that. bit more. That might be the next one, I'm not sure yet. Or it might even be a chub session, I don't know. Oh, she's running better down there now. Roach this time. First roach of the session. Oh, this is... I had a funny feeling today, you know, providing you can, you know, get out this wind, dodge these showers as much as you can. I had a funny feeling it might fish, you know, much better today than it did last time. It was so sluggish and low, but it's got a nice drop of water on it today, and it's a nice colour to it as well. I do apologise for the wind, but there's nothing I can do about it. Just have to, at least we're getting a session in, at least we're fishing. Every so often I'm throwing in a few maggots and hemp, letting it run down there and just fishing over the top. Oh, biggest one so far. There we are. Another rod. I think it's about 7 now. There we go. Oh, I'm enjoying this. What is it? Nearly 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to have a cuppa in a minute. In fact, I might have one now. Although sometimes it's not a good idea if you stop in the middle of catching like that. And then when you go back to it, you find they've gone. I think what I'm going to do, I am going to have a cup of tea. I'm just going to feed the swim again. So the situation is 10 o'clock, I've been fishing for about 40 minutes. I've probably got about 7 fish, 6 rudd and a roach. Bits of... just to keep them interested while I have my cup of tea. Cup of tea time. Yeah, going back to this business of this weather that we get now. I mean, over in southern Europe at the moment, it's really bad over there, isn't it? You know, with these droughts and that, and these really hot temperatures. It's you know, you definitely notice. I don't want that here. Flipping hell, not if we can help it. I say I'd much rather it be like this than have it like, you know, having it like they've got it down there. Cool. We do seem to get more extremes in the weather now, don't we? But the only one extreme we don't get, funny enough, here in the southeast of England, is snow and extremely cold temperatures. It's always the other way round. It's not you know, the winters are definitely getting warmer. I've got no question of that, and I see that really clearly, being an angler, a fisherman. As I say, I can fish all year round now, whereas before I wouldn't fish when it was really cold. I did do once or twice, and I say it was very uncomfortable. That's not for me at all. But fair play to those that can get out, you know, in free bitterly cold temperatures. I think you still get bitterly cold weather away from the south where I live, down here on the south coast and that. But here, nah. I mean, I think the last really proper snow we had was about 10 years ago in 2013, if I remember rightly. Since then, you might have had the odd flurry, light stuff, but nothing worth speaking about. And certainly in the last 5 or 6 years, nothing really, hardly at all down here. So anyway, just to recap, 10:05, we are on 6 rudd and 1 roach, so let's get back out there again. I say all these are coming on red maggots. I tried white maggots and didn't get a bite on them. I will try caster a bit later. So I'm not actually fishing on the bottom, I don't think. Well, I'm not. I'd like to fish on the bottom. I want to potential anything like that about. Not a bad swim, this is, you know, it's reasonably comfortable. Blimey, this is the smallest so far. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, lost him. Only a minnow. This is great, really enjoying this. Really enjoying it. There we go. There we are. There we are. Oh, it's really good. This is, I'm enjoying it so much. So we're going on the maggots at the moment. I decided to lengthen the trace and fish more on the bottom. I can fish more on the bottom closer in because it's a clearer bottom than what it is further out. And we got Mr. Perch. Oh, still fella. Brilliant. Oh, it's good. Double red maggot, that is. Yeah, what a beautiful fish that is. Old stripey. Brilliant. Right. Oh, this is brilliant. I really am enjoying it. So much so that the chair's falling over. Right. Keep getting bait out there. I think that's the way to go at the moment. Yeah, I don't mind catching the rudd and that and the roach, but I did want to see if I can catch something different, and I've just done it. So I'm going to fish a little bit closer in. And that might be the way to pick up the different species. We ain't done bad at the moment. 3 different species: rudd, roach and perch. Right, let's continue. Yeah, as I say, the next session I have, which will be in August, definitely will be in August, it's likely to be a carp session, but not 100%. It's likely to be one, just see how we get on there. Not sure yet where I'm fishing, but well, it might be a chub session. We'll see anyway. Stronger. It's still just about fishable on the float. Going with it. Not easy, but small rudd. Is helping to the extent where it's getting the line behind the float, so to that extent it is helping, but it's so gusty at times. But you know, we're catching fish and that's what we're here for. Further down the track. tricky. But we soldier on. We're not doing too badly at the moment. Another rud. Not a bad one. I do like the colours of the rud. You know, the nice deep red fins. And sometimes they look like bars of gold, don't they? In some places. I especially like the River Adur. Look at that, look, beautiful fish. There we go. Look at its bright red fins, look. Absolutely lovely. Great stuff. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. So it's not a fish or a bite a cast, but it's quite regular. You know, you are catching most of them, probably a couple reds. They're coming further down the track. A lot of us said in the introduction, my Hooklength is Fluorocarbon, which I find today is working an absolute treat. Mostly rud, that one perch and one roach. Hey presto. Oh, that'd teach me, won't it? Ah, it's a nice run back. Never mind, we persevere, we carry on. Seems to be some streamer weed. About halfway out to my left, and although sometimes it's up on there seems to be plenty of fish down there in that area. Oh, look, another rud. Yeah, it's definitely where they are. Nothing big at the moment, but yeah, some weed just under the surface down there. That's where I seem to be getting them now. So although they're all rud at the moment, I don't really want to lose them. You know, I don't want to. I mean, I could set up for something else. Much rather, I'm quite happy to catch these. I love this sort of fishing. As I said to you earlier, I do start varying my videos a little bit. You know, something. You know, sometimes I'll be waggler fishing, sometimes I'll be feeder fishing. It'll be for carp, river carp. Sometimes it'll be chub. Sometimes tench, sometimes bream. So I want to try and go for some decent sized roach as well. Blimey O'Reilly. So minnow. Blimey, this fish is smaller than the maggots I've got on the hook. But they all count. I don't like to set myself a target amounts really, but you know, I wouldn't mind having about 40 to 50 fish today, that'd be great. Because that's what I was hoping to catch on my last session. Ah, roach. Mr. Roach. Yeah, look. 11 the time. And we're doing all right. We're doing all right here at the moment. Bites haven't gone off as they quite often do. So it's not a bad spot here at all. I've fished up on this bit once or twice. I think I've put a video or two on fishing up here, but not. I haven't fished it very often. Well, I think it's time to give the corner a go. There's no harm in it. It might be rubbish, but we won't know until we try it. I think it's time to give the corner a go. You never know. It might produce. Don't come much smaller than this. Look at that, look. Right. Ah, flipping lost it. Oh, it's a shame. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind, darling. I've finally been able to take my coat off. No sign of any showers for at least the next half an hour anyway or so. This is good stuff. Keep getting those maggots out there. Right, time wise it's bang on 12 o'clock now. So I ain't going to stop for a minute. Right, I think I'm going to have a bite to eat now. It's 12:05, so I'm going to switch off and I'm going to get back for the afternoon session, which will be for about an hour and a half, something like that. So I'll see you in a minute when I've had my lunch. Right, the situation is I've just had my dinner. It's just gone 12:20 now. Re-baited up out there. Put a few more balls of ground bait out there. Some hemp, casters, a few maggots. It's all ready to go again now for the last hour and a half. I suppose we've caught, I don't know, roughly speaking, about 25, something like that, which I'm well happy with. But obviously I'd like to catch some more, which we will try and do now. So let's see how we get on. Oh, it's not too bad out here now, the weather. You know, once that sun comes out, you know, it's quite pleasant actually. It's not too bad. It's very breezy. I say this is the best spot definitely that I could get. Funny enough, when I literally as soon as I started having my dinner, I noticed there was quite a few bubbles appearing in front of me, but you know, hey ho. We'll continue as we are and see how many fish we can catch. Double red maggot. As we begin the afternoon session, let's see how we get on. First one of the afternoon session by the looks of it. I think it's a roach. Many of them today. Great stuff. There we are. There we go. First one of the afternoon session. Too much of a problem on this video, but as I say, I can't really do too much about it really. Right, straight over in front of me, over there, over that far side there, there's a bit of slack or more slack area there, and I've seen fish that looks like fish feeding over there, so I'm going to give that a go. I haven't really fished over that bit yet, just where those lily pads are poking out, just this side of the lily pads, if I can get it out there. This just seems to be some fish feeding out there, so let's give it a go. Time to put my second battery in a minute, I think. far sides, maybe. I don't know. Look on the river that you seem to get more activity, more fish, a better session when there's a blow on the water rather than when it's flat calm. That's it, that's where I want it. Somewhere around there. That tide should be coming up a bit now, but it's more or less staying the same at the moment. Again, in the description underneath the video, I'll just put a list of what gear I'm using for anyone that's interested. That's perfect. Spot on that. That's where I want it. Yeah, the tide's definitely coming up. I've had to move back a little bit. I've changed over now from a size 18 to a size 12 wide gape. For the last 35-40 minutes, just to see if I can give myself half a chance of getting something a bit bigger. If they are tench or bream out there, which they could be, certainly looks like it to me. So I might not get any bites on it, but no harm in trying. Really taking it. I'm putting 3 or 4 red maggots on a size 12 mil. And they're still going for it. fishing on this river for anything. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want to swap fishing this river for another place. I love fishing this river. So much to explore on here. I'm absolutely convinced it's brilliant fishing here to have. You know, although I've only had one really up to now, that carp, but oh, what's this? It was caught in the reeds. I thought it was something decent from it, but it's another roach. Come on, mate. Yeah. Really fish up now. I must have had a bite. Be interesting to see. That would be too bad enough, wouldn't it? Right spot. Has to be in the right. Well, I thought it did, but blimey. Taking it right out there now. It's a rud. Fantastic stuff. Look at what a beautiful rub that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Changing the hook size is, you know, hasn't deterred any of the fish. Has been a lovely session. This, really have enjoyed it. Back to the Waggler again. As I said earlier, I think my next session, it could well be the carp session that I keep banging on about, but I'm not sure yet. We'll just wait and see. I'm definitely having a carp session in August. Possibly two. That's where I keep seeing the fish feeding. That purple bush straight in front. Anywhere in a line, you know, in front of that bush. Maybe about 3 feet, 2 or 3 feet away, this side of the bush. I keep seeing bubbles and that coming up there, and when the wind drops it seems to go quite still over that far side. Right, it's 2:25 now. I've just started packing up. Let's have a look and see how many I've got. It's probably that rud. It's a lovely fish, that. And also this perch. Nope. Oh. There we go. Right. Fish, and I'd say up those 31, I would say probably about 6 roach, 1 perch, so that would leave for about 24 rudd. So about 24 rudd, 6 roach and a perch. So I'm well pleased with that. No, 25 rudd, so 31 altogether. So yeah, well pleased with that. Enjoyable session, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I will be back up the river again probably in about 2 or 3 weeks time. Not sure where yet, whether it's going to be that carp session, I'm not certain yet. Might even be back here again, but on a feeder this next time. But I don't know, so many options, so many, you know, places to fish. But I have enjoyed it today, really have. A good mixture of some rudd, roach and perch, and a few minnows as well actually, I forgot about them. In total 31 fish. So enjoy your own angling. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for subscribing and pressing the like button. It is very much appreciated. Enjoy your own angling, and I'll see you again on the next one.